My name is Torhild Eide Torgersen, and I am the cluster manager of Design Arena, which is the design cluster here at the western coast of Norway. The main goal of Design Arena is to make businesses and mainly business, what we call næringsliv, like the business environment, more design driven, and to have design driven innovation into that area. And Design Arena is owned by Design Region Bergen, which has a broader scope of making both society and business and the world better by design.
Design thinking in particular. You deal with it every single day, kind of the core of your organization. What does it mean to you?
To me, design thinking has three sort of pillars. It's the empathy, or the human-centeredness, that it's all about human beings, which is really important. Then it's the multidisciplinarity. You need to go through the process in multidisciplinary teams. And then it's the rapid prototyping, the constant testing quickly. Those are the three main pillars that I think about when I think about design thinking.
What has been the reception in Norway of this methodology?
In the beginning, and to a certain degree still, some people, when they hear design, the design in design thinking, they think about furniture and these aesthetics and products, and they have a very fixed mind about what design is. So they don't think that it's relevant to them. I think it's one of the biggest challenges of the methodology is the name. And that's why from my experience, many people in Norway, and I guess other places also, they think that it's not relevant. They think that what they are doing is more important, in a way. When you work with life and death within the healthcare sector, why should you care about how things look? So that's the perception. More and more, and of course helped by how this is becoming more well known in the world, and HBR having it on the front page, and all these big consultancies buying up design firms. People are becoming more curious. And we see much more interest now, and especially because in Norway now, and especially in the western coast, that has been so dependent on oil, which is now not going too well. There is a big need for change and transformation within how they run their businesses, and they have no idea how to do it. Or, of course, they have some idea, but it's challenging. It's really, really challenging. So now I feel that they are becoming more interested in learning about new ways of working, and I think they also like the fact that it's so practical.
Have you ever thought that design thinking potentially clashes in some way with the Norwegian culture or context?
The experimentation part is maybe the most challenging concept, because we want things, the way that I see it, it seems like we want things to be right. Whenever somebody fails, it's you have the headlines very quickly, and they point fingers, and who's responsible for this? I would have loved if the Norwegian context would be more appreciative of failure and risk taking and learning from the failure, and that's where I see the biggest clash in a way.
What steps do you think can be taken to actually get there?
You need somebody to, be there with you and say, we're going to do this, even though we don't know how it's going to go, And that to many people, and especially within academia, it seems that's really, really hard. But luckily you don't need too many people. As long as you have somebody who has some sort of authority, then that's what you need. When we succeed in a project like that, and when we can say, so this is what we did, and this is why it went so well, then, they can start doing this in several more projects, and they can start doing this, other places in the country, and it can spread, That's the way that I think we need to work in order to change things. We need to show by example how it can be done differently. And at the same time, of course, constantly talk about it in, doing talks and talking to the politicians and the different organizations that influence the politicians. So we have this, very broad, from very practical to very lobbying way of getting it across.
Great.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Tor.
You're welcome.